This our show, and we talk about everything, and we talk about everything. Radio Flex the Brain Zone, Introspective Insight right now. Peace, love, and all that good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I am King Dev Dope.
And this is Shannon Shenanigans.
And it's your girl, Noelle Moore.
No favorite, no. That's kind of
Favorite
weird.
is that sometimes favorite goes at the end, sometimes favorite goes at the beginning.
It's both.
Oh, okay.
Be yourself.
I'm trying, y'all attacking me.
And this is Radio Flex the Brand's Introspective Insight talk show, the Black Wallstreet Podcast.
I still got
it's
the
working.
itis from yesterday. Y'all gonna have to work with me.
Okay. Oh, yeah, definitely. Turn up a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got the I was sleep for 5 hours after I ate, so you know.
5.
I drunk before I ate, so I couldn't eat as much as I wanted to.
Alcohol or water?
Alcohol. We got drunk. We woke
Alcohol.
up. We woke up with the wine coolers.
I definitely woke up with the wine.
Yeah, wine and wine cooler. Yo, I had dark wine in the morning, right? Tell me why 2 hours later, I go to shit and I'm thinking my insides is bloody like a motherfucker because my shit was just black in the toilet. Then I remembered I drunk dark wine. That shit went right through me.
Dark
My shit,
the
it was
wine?
black. It looked black. It was just dark wine,
I've
very,
never
very
had
dark
that.
wine. I don't know, my aunt had it, but I'll tell you, I had 2 large cups of it. Mind you, this is morning. I went to go take a shit. That
2
shit just
large
sprayed
cups?
out.
Oh,
Yeah, that
all
shit,
right.
it was
That
pitch
might
black.
be too much information.
Oh, well, it scared me. I thought I was dying. I brought my
Well,
little
you're
cousin
here.
in there. Oh, yeah. Thank God. And even wiping that shit, boy, it looked like the Black Death.
All right.
Oh, well, but either way, I had a good time. I didn't eat.
Like-
I didn't eat that much though. That's the bad thing about it. I did take a
Oh,
home
no.
plate, thank God. But yeah, since I don't eat pork, and pork is the main dish of a lot of these motherfuckers, I don't eat dairy. So I know this is off topic like a motherfucker, so I ain't gonna expound on it. But I don't know what to say. Oh, we started with no. Oh,
I just
okay.
let it go. The word of the show is cornucopia. I can't even cornucopia. An abundant, overflowing supply. And then the quote of the show is, "Real riches are the riches possessed inside." And then we kind of started off topic. Thankstaking. I like that. I seen it on Twitter. It is Thanksgiving.
Oh, thanks for taking.
Thankstaking.
Thanks for taking.
Yeah, like
Taking
when I
all
text in a
these-
group, you talk some happy. What you say, slave day?
Oh yeah,
Happy
Like a thing.
Happy
Happy
Indian
Indian
Slave
Slave Day.
As I look at my big macaroni and cheese.
You know what that
Thank you
is?
for
You know who
that.
made that? You wouldn't eat Aunt Jemima.
Nah, it is Indian Slave Day.
Indian.
Thankstaking, or whatever
Yo,
the case. I don't
honestly,
say
what-
Happy Thanksgiving. I say Happy Turkey Day because that's the meat that y'all eat.
How come we
Well, I
don't
don't
see?
eat that.
I don't
so.
eat it either.
I love that shit.
I cook roast.
I would eat that shit too.
Yeah.
You know? Well, why don't we see more Indian people coming out and saying, "Nigga, fuck this holiday"?
They do.
I don't
They
never
probably
see
do.
that
It just-
shit.
they
They
just
don't
don't get-
post it.
They don't get publicized.
Ain't that a bitch? You know what? Come see me, Pocahontas. I'll get you publicized.
Oh, not Pocahontas. This was my first Thanksgiving vegetarian, so it was kind of
Ew.
hard.
That
Did you
don't
say
That
ill
don't
to
even
me?
sound right.
Yeah,
Thanksgiving,
that dude don't
vegetarian?
sound right.
That's
but
just another.
Well, I still ate very well.
That's a Tuesday.
That's
to me.
good. That's good. I seen a lot of my first vegetarian Thanksgiving posts on Facebook a lot, and more power to you.
I was about to say. What you had a salad?
No, nigga. I had food: baked macaroni and cheese, greens, dressing.
Ooh, yeah, that sounds good right there. I'm about to go. We gotta hurry this up.
I need to go get my plate that I made.
For the motherfuckers get hungry themselves.
I just pretty much had all the sides. My mom made me separate things that she would usually cook with meat. She made mine without.
Oh, okay.
So I had pretty much everything.
That's good.
Were you full?
Just- I was, and I
Oh.
had like seconds and
Well, I mean,
thirds, and I shouldn't have.
after Thanksgiving, all I'm eating is macaroni and cheese. So
That's fucking disgusting.
what?
What, macaroni and cheese?
Dairy.
Oh,
Dairy
yeah.
is disgusting.
It is, but
But I have baked macaroni and cheese once a year, and it's on Thanksgiving.
You don't be shitting right afterwards?
listen,
No, my digestive system is cool.
I don't.
That's an experience.
That mean it's still used to it. Mine, I'm eating it in moderation right now.
Well, that helps as well. You don't get a big bowl, but no, I don't.
No, I mean like I got a
Nah,
little bit, and then once it's over.
I had
You poop? You're saying?
No. I eat the macaroni and cheese in moderation because my mom and them they put a lot of cheese in it, like mad cheese in
I ate a Butterfinger for Halloween and I had spray fart.
it.
Dead ass. I'm cool.
Okay.
I'm cool on that shit. I can't
All
do
right.
it.
All right.
Well, yeah, I'm not. I
You ain't that bad.
I don't consume daily. I mean, daily. I don't consume
Let's say
dairy.
you don't eat every day.
Daily, but it hasn't bothered me yet. I have
guess the
gas.
older you
I
get-
have gas, but I'm not running to the bathroom to do anything.
That's
I'm
that's
not
your
running to the
plant-based diet.
bathroom, but
Well,
it just don't
The
sit.
plant-based diet.
yeah,
what?
I mean, if your
Oh.
immune system is, if it's strong enough and you don't put that in your body every single day, you should be kind of fine.
My immune system is a little weak.
I gotta speak up.
My doctor told me when I was 11, when my my platelets dropped when I was younger. Man, let's just say I got a
Yeah.
fucked up immune
Yeah,
system.
yeah.
Shit.
It definitely makes me feel different. Like, this is the first time I've eaten and like needed to sleep. I'm not used to that feeling.
I love that feeling.
So that's something that dairy does, but that's something that heavy foods do, period. Like,
Yeah, I was
I
about
would
to
be
say, yeah,
tired.
yeah.
If I'm tired after I eat, I know it was some butter.
Mm.
So, needless to say, I slept great last night. I went home at like 9:30.
Oh, that's a reasonable
Left
time.
the party.
Left the party. Niggas started getting drunk early.
Oh, absolutely.
Early. But I enjoyed myself. That's all that matters.
I had
Shit.
fun with my family.
Yeah.
We played games. I went to both families' houses, which was a lot of work.
Nah, I couldn't do all
I was at my mom's house.
Yeah.
that.
That's it.
I should have been over there. Shit. All that food you told me you ate, nigga. Shit. I could have
Yeah.
had a plate.
I
It
could
was,
have.
it was a lot of food.
Shit, we had brought each other.
Not a lot of
plates.
food. Not a lot of
Yeah.
food. But
That would have been nice. That would have been dope.
That would have been nice.
That would have been nice.
But we didn't.
But we don't
think
give a
of
fuck about each other like that.
that. Nah, we
like
don't.
that. Like that.
This is not real. I just need y'all to know.
we ain't gonna fake y'all out like that. We ain't gonna say that.
We all eat the same thing pretty much anyway.
Yeah, pussy. China just gotta come.
Oh
Noel just
my god!
gotta come. on Black Friday, I'm gonna get you some discount pussy. It's gonna be alright. You know,
Today is Black Friday.
Oh shit! Let me Google something real quick.
He gonna Google.
You got about $50 on you? I'll put in 50.
No.
So that's 100.
Dad, you wanna get China some pussy?
I got 25.
You got 25? Oh, sold. We got us, bitch.
I'll pass if she's for sale.
Come on now.
I'll pass.
All right. What if she took out your garbage after?
You're annoying.
You know what?
I'm
No,
good.
no, no.
I'm a pass. I'll pass.
Well, that's good to show I had a good tanks taking.
Yeah,
Tanks
motherfucking
taking.
murderers.
Devin likes to make people depressed about everything.
What?
Hey,
It's the
Thanks,
truth.
taking.
fuck pilgrims. I said it.
And you know what's funny? They made pilgrim hats at my school. And
Mm-hmm.
Y'all appreciate? Y'all did that? What's next? You gonna have the high socks with the buckle on it too, nigga? Type of dumb shit is this?
You know they teach the kids. You seen in the book it said the Native Americans agreed to share
Agreed.
the
shit.
land with the Pilgrims.
no, they did not. They
Mhm.
did not agree to
funny.
share anything.
That's funny. White
Mhm.
people have a fucked up memory, boy. No. They was willing to give it to us. What are you talking about?
We didn't take it.
I didn't take your pussy. You wanted to give it to me.
There was a video.
Come on, they white out their sins, man.
There was a
right.
video on Facebook today of a white older woman going off on these two Spanish women saying that they probably bought the gifts with her money because they're on welfare and they need to go back to their own country, and if they don't know English then they need to learn how to speak it, and like just go, and people are recording and shaking their head but nobody's saying anything. That pissed me off.
Why?
If-
Let that ignorance spew out. People need to hear and see that there's
Yes, but
ignorance
at the
around.
same time, when people are just standing there saying nothing, you're letting this person know that their behavior is fine.
No. She gonna get that slander. Somebody gonna find her Facebook, curse her the fuck out. Everybody got a Facebook nowadays. Somebody gonna find out who the fuck she is
That's
and
not-
put her on blast.
That's not the point.
Oh, I get
the
you.
women who were affected, nobody stood up for them to say, "Yo, you don't treat other human beings this way." And then to stand in the line because we're not saying anything, you're talking to us as if we agree.
Shit.
To say, "Oh, you see
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Yeah, and this is because."
Let me zoom in
Nah.
on this bitch face so y'all can see this bitch. Look how she talking, and look at the sad
But nobody
little
said.
woman.
No one said none of that. The person who recorded was trying to record it on the low.
Oh,
Everybody was being a coward, is what I'm saying.
I'm right there. Barbecue
Oh.
Becky, smile real quick. Yeah, we got you. I mean, look, people are gonna be people. I'm not gonna be a social warrior for defending other people that can't defend themselves. I don't give a fuck about if you can't defend yourself. You better learn how to defend yourself.
I don't think they couldn't defend themselves.
So why do I gotta say something?
But when you're in a predominantly white space and you have a white person
shouldn't matter.
spewing hate at you,
Shouldn't matter.
Okay.
Listen, white person. I understand you're a racist, but I'm gonna get up and leave, and I'm gonna be recording this conversation as I'm leaving. While you're talking that shit, that's how I defend myself. By walking out this fucking situation. Why am I standing there listening to this bullshit?
Well, she was checking out, so she couldn't go nowhere. She's buying her product.
Oh, even better. I will pull out all my money. Go back and get more shit.
I'm
like,
not
yeah, it's on
saying-
welfare, bitch. What's up?
I'm not saying don't.
Double down on the bullshit.
They didn't say anything. Me personally, I would have said something. But what I'm
Yeah.
saying is, in a white space, when you have people who claim that they're against racism, and you have people claiming that they are progressive, and then you're in a situation like this and you say nothing, it's a no for me, dog. And that's why things continue, because people think, oh, I said it in a group and nobody said anything, which means my viewpoint is correct.
No.
These people are disgusting animals, because no one else, dead ass serious though, because no one else that was the person who stood up and said, go back to your own country speaking, no one said anything.
So they think that they're correct in that assessment.
Absolutely, because everyone else that was there are standing there not saying a thing.
Okay, so let me say this.
And they're like, oh, they need to go.
So let me ask you, if I went to Lao and started cursing out all the prostitutes, like, all you hoes is dirty, all you bitches is nasty, and none of them prostitutes says nothing to me, am I right? Am I supposed to go back home and think, I did a good thing today?
Hey, yeah.
I am justified.
Some people do.
And that's
Then I wouldn't trust those people. Even if I told them that they were wrong, they still wouldn't feel wrong because they naturally don't feel wrong.
That's not the point. It's about calling people out when they do shit like that. It's not about this particular person changing their soul. It's about changing the environment for people who are marginalized. If you're just like I can't remember her name, but she's from the show with the doctors, and it's been on forever, but whatever. She's a white actress, and she talks about how when she goes on set and she does not see people of color, that she would let them know, in order for me to be on this set, you need to hire people. Like, I know some qualified black people, brown people, whatever, done came through this door. So I'm gonna need you to get that together. So what I'm saying is not to try to be everybody's savior, not to try and get people to change their mind, to let people know that publicly shaming somebody for their race, ethnicity, or whatever the fuck else is not something that should be done. Just because I don't personally believe it doesn't mean I should blind my eyes and be like, I ain't gonna say shit because I don't believe that.
I agree. It shouldn't be done. We're talking about two different arguments. I believe that the person that it was getting done to should defend yourself. Don't look for help. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Because you lost. She was losing me. Like, hold up. I agree. Hold up. What are we talking about here? But I get you. I just had to make.
I didn't say
clear.
look. I don't know if they were looking for help, but to be for somebody who that has happened to be in a white space and feel like, damn, ain't nobody here gonna say nothing. It's me. It's a racist, and it's a million white people. For nobody to say anything, he's gonna go to another space where there's another black girl and million white people and be able to spew his hate as well.
Do you think you'll get lynched in that situation?
Me?
All these white people and this one mad at me? Shut the fuck up.
But this is
yeah.
Absolutely. So for there to be somebody to record it to say this is dead ass wrong, but not somebody to stand up who looks just like this white lady and say you dead ass wrong for saying this in this Macy's right now at this store. Like, are you psych? Like, is something wrong with you for you to be attacking these people because they're Hispanic?
Yeah, I think
that's disgusting.
It's power to speak up within your races. So like, if black people see injustice and other black people stand up for that injustice that one black person is calling out or whatever the case, that adds power to it. So in the same sense, if a white person is spewing out all this bigotry and things of that nature, and another white person lets it go, silence is acceptance type thing. So if you that's the whole premise behind everything that Noel is saying right now. So
I got that. I was just saying, don't be looking. If you defend yourself, don't be looking for motherfuckers to help you. That's all I was saying. I agree
the person that's actually spewing the bigotry.
Defend yourself.
I think it's more so. What do you use? What do you use? So you recording it. So what are you using that for?
Mm-hmm.
Are you?
I'm posting.
Are you recording it to go viral?
Yes.
On your page. Are you recording it to go viral and address it? Like what are you using that for?
I want to address it and slander. I don't even need it to go viral. I want her to get slandered. Right. That's all I really want.
As she should.
Yes.
That should definitely be
slandered.
But I'm just not cowardly enough to record you and not let you know I'm recording you because you're acting like a pig, and I'm gonna put it on my Facebook page so other people can see that you're acting like a pig. Now I'm gonna put my phone in my purse and I'm gonna walk and I'm gonna do that, bitch.
Well, I don't necessarily say that's cowardly. I just think that in this day and age, you want to align yourself with the right energy from your perspective of life. and if they sit there and record whoever, and it's not what they stand for or whatever the case, then they're gonna do those type of things, put it in their purse or try to sneak and do this and do that, but because white people care about their image.
Oh, do they?
And they care about how they're perceived. So if they stand there and record and don't say anything, they might get these type of reactions. Or if they stand there, record, and say something, they might get a reaction from their people that they don't want. So they got
you nigger lover.
They gotta pay. Yeah, they gotta play both sides in the middle. So I don't think it's necessarily cowardly. It's just it's just like us. Do we speak or do we stay silent? Do we possibly compromise our safety, or do we stay quiet and just have to take the brunt end of the stick? Like, they have the same battle, but it's different. It's transformed. It's not the same battle as we got. So like when you was in that situation over in Spencerport, you had to decide: do I stay quiet or do I speak up? For them, it's different. It's, do I support this?
Do I support racism
or
I not?
do I stay silent? So I can't really say
silent is supporting whatever the person is saying. So do I support or do I not?
Silent is supporting or is staying safe.
Because there in my situation, there were women there to be like, yo, I don't support this. I'm not gonna stand here and act as though I support this. This is absolutely disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
And then you had other people who didn't. So my assumption is that you agree.
Oh yeah, I get it. But it's also it's safety and it's acceptance, supporting and things.
So is
like
it
that.
safer
So
for me to defend myself in a white space as a black woman, or is it safer for a white woman to defend me in a white space as a white woman defending a black woman? What's safer?
The safer is the white woman defending you in their space.
So
but
that's
we can't hold them accountable, or we can't hold them responsible for doing that. They have to want to do that naturally.
No, not holding them responsible. I'm just saying how we have the surplus of now so many white forward people, and then we see things like this. This is evidence that there is not this big giant push of white forward people, because everybody in that line knew it wasn't right. There were people turning their head at the camera like, I can't believe you not. Nah.
Well, because you got to remember, they got to go back home to their conservative communities.
So I mean, I'm not asking for anyone to do with anything, because if that was the case, it would have been done.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, all this white supposed to be union forwardness is definitely not true, because you're not gonna stand in a room and let something go on that you in your heart don't agree with, or you don't align yourself with.
Yeah, it's debunking myths, stereotypes.
Shit, we at Macy's, we ain't in the hood. You know what I'm saying? It's certain situations you like, all right, I can't interject. There's certain situations that are like, if it's two dudes arguing on the street and they got they pistols out, I'm not interjecting in that. You know, it's certain situations you like, nah, I can't. I mean, I would love to diffuse this, but I just cannot. And then it's certain situations. That's a bit
extreme.
But I'm just saying.
Oh yeah. I get you.
Myself.
But
yeah, because if it's two teenage boys arguing, and I feel like I can try to diffuse the situation, I'm like, all right, come on, but like something, and I'm on the street. But if it's like some big giant gangbanger who talking about, nigga, I'm about to go in my trunk and get the strap, I can't diffuse that. I can't diffuse that.
I'm gonna record it.
Exactly.
It was him, officer.
Yeah.
No, okay, so that's great. That's crazy.
Yeah, I can't diffuse that.
That's crazy you said that, because in that same sense, that's our, like, we're recording it, but we're not.
Yeah.
Oh no, I could really die if he see this.
Exactly.
Fuck that.
So that's what I'm not. That's what I'm saying. Certain situations, absolutely. But in Macy's, I could check you at Macy's, dog.
I mean, you can
I
check
can check
them, but
you
they
at
gotta go home.
Did they check the person you checking walking in?
They were speaking.
No, I mean, like, you don't know what the fuck they got at Macy's coming in.
Yeah.
Where the fuck that hammer come from, bitch?
Yeah. I guess it comes down to your integrity and what you willing to
die for.
Yeah, put yourself
I
out.
guess.
Everybody ain't Tupac, baby.
Yeah, nah, nah.
Shit.
Or big.
Or big.
Or big.
Nah, I think about it. Yeah.
Or big.
Big
He knew he wasn't
diffuser.
supposed to. He knew he
Big
wasn't
was
supposed
the
to go to the
diffuser.
West Coast, but he was like, I don't care.
He wanted to
And he
use
knew
the
he wasn't
situation.
supposed to go over there.
He
And,
wanted
He wanted to make it right.
and perform Who Shot You. Like, come on.
Nah.
Babe.
I heard conflicting stories about that. I know that's probably
It's
a
a
topic
million
for
I
another.
don't know. That's
conflicting
not.
I heard-
stories
I'm
about
just.
But I heard
out
Big
there.
one. He said, "Fuck that shit." All
Oh,
this
no,
shit
no,
he
no,
talking,
no.
and I ain't said nothing.
Yeah. No.
It's gonna be subliminal.
He knew that it would have probably.
He knew. But go ahead.
But anyway,
Yeah.
segueing into the debunking of stereotypes and myths and things of that nature. I keep on seeing people post about Black Friday being connected to the slavery and them selling black slaves.
That's what I thought.
After Thanksgiving.
Yep.
I didn't know what it was, but I didn't think it was that.
I ain't do my research.
Now I used to think it is, when I was young and naive. But then I did research and things of that nature. So this is my time to debunk that situation.
You know, it's easy for black people to believe anything when it comes down to slavery.
Absolutely. Because we're so conditioned to believe, well, they had us doing everything and they created everything. And slavery is where we came from. So
because
where
black history in America doesn't start until slavery.
Exactly. Because that's when
people's mindset.
That's when the big no.
That's when they started, documenting things in that nature and building,
documented American history.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. They didn't start documenting until the Pilgrims came over.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Oh, coming back to the
yeah.
That's crazy.
Fuck the Pilgrims.
You
know they just turn into white people.
They do. They
transform into white people.
You know the evolution theory?
Yeah. Nathaniels or whatever the fuck. Homo sapien. Neanderthals. Homo sapiens.
They was white people
Homo
back
sapiens. Anyway, so Black Wall Street. Black Friday, it started back in so the idea started back in 1869 on September 24th, which that's nowhere near Thanksgiving. But just the term Black Friday came about because, first of all, it wasn't a holiday. It was a financial crisis because two Black Wall Street financiers, Jay Gould and Jim Fisk, they worked together to buy up all the gold in the nation, and then they tried to sell it to make crazy profit, and it caused the stock market to crash, and that's basically where Black Friday derived from. Like, that's where it started. That's the origin. And then, go ahead.
I was going to say, if you know anything about the stock market, when that bitch crashes, millions is down. No, billions is down the drain, motherfucker. You know how many people lost money? So that's why it was black for them.
That's why it was black for them.
They ain't got nothing to do with the regular folks. When a regular person hears stock market, what they think? Oh, I'm about to go buy some bonds. They don't really know what the fuck they're talking about.
Nah.
But when a white person hears stock market,
You know they can't handle being broke. They can't handle being broke.
Or just the thought of
what? Where the nearest window, nigga?
I might be broke. I might
Y'all
be
see
broke.
what Martha Stewart did? She went to whole prison about it.
Oh yeah. Martha's smart though. I like Martha.
I mean, if I had a friend that told me, why can't I take my money out? What's the problem?
It's my money.
Yeah, it's That's how the banks make money.
Listen,
Get more people to put their money in the bank.
That's really
because it's leased. The money is leased. Like when you put your money in the bank, it's not really there. It's not really there at all. That's the gem of the day of the show.
They don't know that though.
They don't know that. So one of the myths for Black Friday was in the 1800s, slave plantation owners could buy slaves at a discounted price on the day after Thanksgiving.
How much more of a discount can you get for people?
But here's the thing.
Like, that's what I'm saying.
I had to put y'all on sale.
Now I thought the discount was them Toby slaves, the one that they cut off the leg, or they cut off an arm, or a slave that ran away, or an older Aunt Jemima type of thing. I thought he was just selling those on discounts, while the young bucks, they still full price, motherfucker.
No, because usually when a plantation owner bought a slave, they plan to have the slave for life until the slave will have kids, and then or until they tried. But I mean,
it was their property for life, right? Mm-hmm. For real. So basically that myth started, black activists.
No, imagine somebody saying that shit.
Yeah, you my property for life. For your whole life.
Your whole life. Even if I die, you my kids' property.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
you the property of a 5-year-old, and you better do what that 5-year-old tell you to do.
That's crazy. That's crazy. So and you better not look at our women.
Nigga, what?
Even though they want.
You heard Emmett Till? Give it about 100 years.
Even though they want them. Yeah.
You heard Emmett Till?
Give it 100.
Give it 100.
Slaves got sold for things like that. Like, oh, now you smashing his wife, you gotta go.
Oh yeah, yep. And now your son.
Or your kids mixed, and it's like, oh, you gotta go.
And now to really make you mad, we're gonna fuck your wife, and now your son's gonna get shipped off to a whole different planet. We're gonna split up the whole family.
The whole family. On Black Friday.
On Black Friday. Fuck my wife again, nigga.
You going on Black Friday? Imagine that. So this myth was created to try to get people to stop buying for on Black Friday and things of that nature.
Yeah.
Which I don't buy on Black Friday. That's because I don't have no money.
If that slave shit
I never
really
planned
worked,
for it.
and black people stop spending their money in that market and put it into black-owned businesses, like if that scared you into doing it, listen, let's keep this is the Bible right here. And Black Friday slaves, nigga. Whenever you hear Black Friday, think of slaves. If that's what it takes, but you know what black people doing on every Black Friday?
going to the white man. Going to Wally World.
No, you're not smart.
Going to a Target.
And don't let you have some money. I'm going to the Gucci store.
Gucci store.
So that being said,
My
we
Gucci
need to know the
flip-flop
truth.
song.
I went Black Friday shopping, kind of.
I didn't.
But that's why it's
I
better to know the truth.
typically go with the Cyber Monday.
Mm-hmm.
I got some deals on Cyber Monday back in the past when I was on top of my game.
Because Cyber Money don't seem
I
racist
don't.
to you.
I
That's a
need
fact.
to plan Black Friday better to get those big things, but I don't never plan for that. I went and got like stuff for my house. Like,
You know,
random
somebody told me
things.
this was back a few years ago. They said if you really are serious about Black Friday, start it in January.
Mhm.
Get you about every $50. Start you a little Black Friday savings. By the
Mhm.
time that shit roll around, you could get you 4 TVs because $100 a week.
Mhm.
By the time that shit roll around, that's
See,
on $1,200.
A lot of the stuff
I'm not
they
with-
sell, I don't be into. Like I
I'm
don't
not-
care about 100.
I'm not with the big
Inch
crowds
TV.
and
Right.
and all that stuff. That's the downside. Like
Right.
for that, I can the $100
But
a
the
week.
same deals are all day.
I know, but the good stuff go at 5
No,
a.m.
I was just about to say that's how they get you. Because I used to work at Target 2 years ago, and for Black Friday I was there selling phones.
I
Boy,
did
that's how they get you.
Victoria's Secret. So that's
Crazy,
just
right?
Crazy.
But they literally have, you know how they had the deals for the TVs, the PS4. They literally have 2 of those motherfuckers in there.
Yeah, that's
And
it.
once motherfuckers can't get that, they like, all right, well, I got all this money. Let me go get a bunch of little shit.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And that's how they make their money.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's
Mhm.
not no. It's
See,
it's
I
a
usually
scam.
go-
It's a fucking scam.
It's a scam.
Get up and
Yes.
go the day. Like, I don't know. I think I got up and I was there like 11 o'clock this morning grabbing little things. But
You guys
That's
forgot.
really what it's
All
for.
that-
The little
yeah.
shit you need.
the little thing, like, I think I got a bathroom set for $4. Like, that's the type of stuff I care. Like,
Right.
I ain't going and getting no TVs. I'm not running. I'm not going nowhere at midnight. I'm not going nowhere right after I eat besides to sleep.
And I'm not
I'm-
camping out nowhere.
I'm
it's too cold for
damn
that.
sure not camping out nowhere.
It's too cold for that.
It's
So-
too cold to be at the mall at 1 o'clock in the morning.
And I'm having my shotgun just in case I get to my trunk and one of them little niggas try to come up.
Wow.
But to have a savings is good because if they do like an Apple Watch sale or they do like a laptop sale, those
Yeah.
are good things to.
Purchase.
But I ain't standing in line for a
But
TV.
I would
though.
resell that shit. That's the only reason I would do that shit. The
That's a
only
good
reason.
idea.
Mhm.
Let me start up a save and start selling. Y'all see me selling stuff next year.
Friday.
Me and Shannon gonna be in competition.
Now we gotta do Cyber Monday. That Black Friday shit.
Oh yeah, Cyber Monday.
Yeah, Cyber. Nah, that Black Friday.
I like
can't.
Cyber Monday.
Those
Cyber
be the
Monday
real
is
deals
dope.
because they
Not
they
the real deal.
Uh-huh.
and
Like,
plus
it
they
ain't no-
you don't really run out because they're getting from retails all
Mhm.
around, not just we gotta wait on the shipment today.
And
Man,
the
fuck your shit.
shipping
Nigga. Y'all
is,
should have been
is
here.
quick too.
Facts.
But yeah, so let me just finish the
Yeah.
Black Friday spiel.
Yeah.
The true story of Black Friday was in the city of Philadelphia. Right after Thanksgiving, they would have the Army Navy football game, and the suburbaners would come into the city and basically kind of like riot. There'd be all type. It'd be
Riot.
mad crowds. It'd be traffic. Think about
A Walmart at Black Friday.
think about think about
it's a fucking riot.
for real.
Shit.
Think about Black Friday, all that crazy
Mhm.
chaos in the city for the Army versus Navy game, football game, college football game.
Oh, that sounds
so
fun.
sound
Army
fun.
versus-
Army
Navy.
versus
You know-
a game.
It's a
That would be
football
fun.
game.
But you know how many veterans is there, and all veterans do is smoke and get drunk, and then all they did back in the day was be aggressive
Oh, well, this is
because
back
they
in
went
the
to
day. I'm thinking
war.
of today.
This in the
Right,
1950s.
Right.
What? They just
Yeah.
fresh off a war. Man, please. I'll be so scared. I'll be so
Yeah.
scared. Oh my god.
So they used to do so they used to shoplift during these like times. They used
Not
to
the
shoplift.
suburban
about to
folks
say.
in the city.
Yeah, they used to make off with merchandise.
We had to
See,
hide
law
our kids and
enforcement-
hide our wives.
Those was the bad Suburbans. Those ain't the good white folks that I know.
Oh, okay.
And they
Not
came
the ones
from
from Walmart.
the ones from Walmart.
Yeah.
They wouldn't have been doing that shit. They would have been marching with us.
So yeah, that's typical. That's where Black Friday came from. It's Black Friday was a time where law enforcement didn't get no days off, and they had to work long hours, and they had to basically control all the suburban folk in Philadelphia. And then eventually, it kind of transformed into this like retail, like I don't know, 1 day sales bonanza, that morphed into a 4-day event, concluding with Cyber Monday, in the mornings. We're all day the following Monday, and they make sales and stuff now, but it didn't come from slavery. It
Slaves.
came from these two investors on Wall Street from back in the day, making the term came from investors making the market crash, and then the way it sticked is because of the Army versus Navy game. in Philadelphia in the 1950s, and that's what made it stick. And
So-
then it kind of transformed into this
What it is today.
retailer type.
So
thing.
what would be the positive to creating a narrative around this being a discount slave day?
Push everybody to black-owned businesses.
Mm.
Like,
That's
allow yourself. So if you're gonna say, like, if you're gonna use a narrative that has to do with slavery and stuff, and you're gonna try, and you're trying to get, if you're trying to shape your narrative into white people not profiting off of us because this is the data they use to actually sell our people, our ancestors back in the day, then use that same energy to funnel that money into the black community.
Mhm.
Some
Don't just
people
say
do.
it. I mean, yeah,
A lot of
I
people-
get it, but if it ain't work,
I don't know if it's
Clearly.
off this. Don't quote me on that. I don't know about
it
that.
clearly ain't work. But
It clearly
if they
ain't
tried
work.
to, but like I think it's annoying that people try to use false information to funnel, money when you can just do your due diligence every day and it'll happen. But don't first of all, you continue in that slave narrative year in and year out, year in and year out. Eliminate the slave narrative and just let's circulate our own dollars. I watched a little clip of him right
I
before
miss
I
him.
came
We
into
haven't
the,
talked about him in a while.
That's a
It's
fact.
crazy, so.
I just seen a clip from him, and he was just like, on Black Friday, you still pouring your money into these white businesses that don't care nothing about you, regardless of anything. Like, you should be pouring it into, your black brothers and sisters. You know what I'm saying? In the
I think
community.
the biggest thing with buying black is convenience. And we live in a world of what can I have and how fast can I have it? And because we haven't caught up yet, I think that's the biggest I don't know,
Downfall?
issue. Yeah, of black like I shop black certain things, but sometimes I mean if it's at Target and I need it in an hour, that's where I'm gonna go. You know what I'm saying? So because we weren't able to have establishments when people started creating businesses, we don't have a Target, we don't have a Walmart, we don't have a Starbucks, we don't have a Dunkin' Donuts. So and being that we live in an age now where everything is a fast go, if I order something, let's say from a black, like I ordered from this herbalist, and her stuff takes a while. But once she's her husband, that's their business. And she makes these things from scratch, and then she has to ship it she has to make it, she has to get it there, she has to ship it to me. So her stuff is gonna take longer than say if I ordered this from Target.
Well, that's
So
supply
I
and
think
demand.
I think her demand is pretty high.
Well, but
I
it's
think her
and it's
demand is
and it's
pretty
the
high.
just them keeping small businesses. I'm sure that she wants to expand, but she doesn't have the demand that she needs in order to expand, and she's still making the
Or
profit
she
that
just
she's
doesn't.
making now.
Some people like to keep, like you said, keep a small business a small business. I think people like that feel, and people like to, especially if you have a business that if you're making like a product, like a hair product or a skin product or something like that, you want people to feel like you've spent your time on it.
Well, it's at that point. So if you go into products, it's distribution. So like, I want to get my product on Walmart shelves or on Target shelves or things of that nature. Like,
But
the
we know
Just
black
Water.
businesses. A lot of people don't want people coming and buying up their things, especially when it comes to hair products and like to put your stuff in a Walmart. Then you open yourself up to investors to be like, okay, I want to buy a company for this. I want to buy it, and that kind of murkies the water as well for a black business owner. Like we've seen it happen with multiple
Yeah,
black. So
I can agree.
So
with
I
that.
just think that it's just supply and demand, not for only black businesses, but a lot of locally small businesses or businesses where they work off of. Like there's a furniture company I follow on Instagram that you go on her Etsy. She only usually has like 5 to 6 pieces available. So just things like that. Like sometimes it's just about our supply and demand is so high because we get things instantly now. That's in our head that we should have things fast. Even when we talk about relationships. People want to move on so fast because everything is like fast. I get with a man, I gotta then get engaged, and then we gotta get married, and everything is so. What are you gonna do next?
I just feel like in that same sense, we have to understand that the less that we put into our businesses, the longer it's gonna take for us to actually get those products when we want those products. So like, I see a whole bunch of I found this dope company that does like representation book bags and school supplies and things of that nature. Like, but the so the demand is high, but the supply is low. Like they only made so much, but once it caught steam and stuff, they had to be like, well, you got to wait a few weeks until we can get everything back made and stuff because it's a small business. But the more they have that, then the easier it is to scale their business and grow it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think it's just we don't shop black enough. So the businesses plan for that year or that quarter, however they plan for their business, to get this amount of sales. And then when the sales go higher than what they plan, now they kind of got to improvise until, they come back down, like business come back down. But it's more so where are we comfortable, operating with, distribution and things of that nature. And black people, again, they want everything now. But support isn't always just now. Support is buying something and you get it in 2 weeks.
People have to be okay with having patience to buy these things.
Yeah, absolutely.
But that's why when, like, if you watch a documentary about Walmart, how when Walmart comes in and any local business that was within a 50-mile radius of that Walmart has now shut down because it's convenient. It's convenient to go to Walmart than to go to a grocery store. Then you have to go to a clothing store. Then you have to go to a drug store. It's all at Walmart.
Yeah.
So that's hurting small businesses, period. And then with there not being that much education out about what products you can buy black, and then having black people be loyal to these products. Like there's certain products that I'm loyal to that are black products. So just kind of convenience is a herder, and then also is a herder. Convenience is a negative on a black business. Location could be a negative on a black business. The fact that it's small. So I don't think it's always necessarily that this is a black business is why it's not succeeding. And sometimes it's just about people aren't patient to wait for something that has been handcrafted.
That's a fact.
Especially now. Like maybe 10 years ago, and maybe, it would have been different. But especially now, things are getting faster and faster. And companies that have the financial backing still can't keep up. Like Toys R Us couldn't keep up.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
And with that one, that's different.
But think of a Kodak.
They could keep up. They just didn't want to switch their format to online. They wanted everything. Their philosophy, Toys R Us, was to the in-store experience, like going into a toy store and actually feeling stuff. But Amazon
that's what I'm saying. And that's what I'm saying. Just whether your money is limiting you or your creativity is limiting you, the internet is legit pushing people out in whatever way sees fit. So if it's that you won't put your shit online, cool. The internet runs the world.
Yeah, that's
if
true.
it's that your shipping takes 3 weeks, I can do Amazon Prime and have it in 2 days. You know what I'm saying? So just that is hurting. Black business, and also helping because there are some people
you can also put your stuff on Amazon too, though. Yeah. And it's mad independent sellers on Amazon.
Yeah, you can listen. Amazon could change your life.
I love Amazon
as a business.
That's all I get. That's all I buy from Amazon. 'Cause I be finding all the low,
and you get low products,
prices.
And you get really great quality things. Like, yeah,
they have everything.
They have everything.
I love Amazon.
I started grocery shopping through Amazon because they have like organic, gluten-free, vegan, like great products that you can't get at a Wegmans because they're like a West Coast product or stuff like that. They have they're awesome cleaning products that use no chemicals and stuff. Amazon is great for things like that.
Think about Googling no shit like that. Amazon. And
So
shit like that.
Do Amazon anything you can think of.
So why do y'all think black people are scared to be viewed in a positive manner, in a positive light? So this week, a Macy's ad came out, and the whole ad wasn't showed. It was just some black person, they shared what they seen of it, or however it got on the internet. Because the internet is instant. Yeah. So however it got on the internet, the ad, the new holiday ad, I guess, it showed a whole white family.
Oh, I seen that.
The gay, the gay.
White family.
The gay black family.
Black family. Well, it's a black and white.
A black
family.
and white.
So
family.
interracial.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it had the black son, and then the black dad, and then the white
dad,
and then the dog. I think there was no.
No. Only the white pictures had the dogs. The white pictures had the full. Family.
Okay, so then it had another full white family, and then it had a family on in the bottom that was. It looked like it was the mom and then the kids, but some people said it looked like it was all siblings. Either way, they didn't have any parents. It wasn't a full family, no matter how you kind of spin that narrative. So
wait, then there was a full family picture that was supposed to be a black family, and it was a white lady in blackface. I'm trying to figure out how that has still slipped everybody's radar.
I didn't see that.
Which one? The one that
I zoomed in on it.
Zoomed in?
That's a white lady.
I'm gonna go look at that. I didn't know, but regardless, so
I have a screenshot. That's a white lady.
The premise. So the way I addressed it was, where's the black dad?
Mm-hmm.
Because I figured the bottom with the mom and the kids was the mom and the kids.
Look at this. At
So I
fire
was
glance,
like,
that's a black family, right? Okay, but look
That's
at
clearly
this.
a white woman. I can tell.
And that's not her
I
true
know white
complexion.
women. I know white women. I can tell.
So
You know white women. Let me
nobody's
see.
paying attention to the fact that that's not that lady's real.
She even got the Brady Bunch mom tits.
So two things happen. Either she tanned for a long time, or she tanned and then they spray tanned her.
Yeah, I was about to say that's what they do to.
But
bodybuilders.
that's not her true. She might not be super pale. But you mean to tell me that this is this woman's? No.
well, okay. So the reason why I asked the question, which I posed the question on my Facebook page after
Mm-hmm.
kind of going through the comments and saying like why, because black people will say, well, why can't like people can never win, like it's a black family on there, like just let it be.
Mm-hmm.
Or one of them was, well, it would be an inaccurate representation of black families if you have a dad in there.
What is
And
up
then
with?
it'll be like, and it was like, this is a not a positive, this is an accurate representation of what is perceived to be a black complete family, basically.
Then I agree.
So I was like, wait a second.
Wait, but perception is everything. That's what they're thinking, right?
Yeah.
So
no. I mean,
Maybe
like,
that's really what they think about black people.
right.
is.
Right. I understand that.
Yeah,
I understand
well,
that. So, but
maybe
this,
they just wanted to be an asshole.
I get that part. 100%.
Yeah.
These white executives at
He's
the top
talking about
of these
among us.
buildings.
Oh no, I was saying though, but that statement is true though. That's the way they perceive it. So yes, it's true. That to me,
Oh,
that's
absolutely.
not taken
Absolutely.
away.
No.
From
That's not.
us.
That's not what made me think of this question. I just said it's a shame that these executives at these high levels really don't do their work, or not even do their work, but really
Do their
don't
due diligence.
really
I
don't
think they don't care.
Really, right. They don't care. They just put what they perceive to be true. So it's more so, it's a shame that they don't use their power of influence to influence positive, like almost like
Why do
equal.
that, Why do that when stereotypes and sex sells?
Understand that, but they're not selling nothing. They just doing a holiday ad. They're not selling anything for this ad.
But it's Macy's.
It don't matter. They're not selling nothing.
It's
The
Macy's.
point of
Everything they do, they're selling something.
But
No,
what he's
no,
saying
no,
is
no,
the
no.
point of the ad is to show families at holiday time.
Right.
No.
So you mean to tell me
no,
there's
that's
no-
not the point of
Yes,
the
it
ad.
They're
is.
selling their holiday merchandise.
Yes, that's the
So
point of it.
to
So how-
families.
there you go. So
So you
secondary.
mean to tell me there's no
secondary is
black
family.
families?
Hold on.
Secondary
Wait
is family.
a second.
But stereotypes and
This-
sex sells. It
this
just-
this particular ad wasn't a ad that said like buy this for this. They all had on the same thing, and they all were.
We know
But
it's to
it's-
sell things. That's
right.
not the point
but
that we're making.
secondary. Okay, because I'm So you're saying why don't black people defend themselves?
No,
So
they're
what are you
saying when there's let's say there's an ad for Old Navy, right?
Okay.
The first ad they're selling their jeans are on sale. So there's a white family and they all got on the jeans, right?
Okay.
So the second market campaign is to black people. So instead of there being a family with the jeans on, there's a mom and her two sons with the jeans on. Why is the black family incomplete whether there's a dad? Because I mean, you even see it in commercials when there is a black interaction between
everywhere.
a parent and a child. It's always one parent. It's either the mom and the kids or it's either the dad and the kids. But you don't really
I think-
see the family unless it's certain stores.
Unless
I-
it's a black creator, you.
That's what I was
almost
just about to
never
say.
see
That's what I was just about to say.
a complete
Mhm.
black family.
I don't care about what white execs think because obviously ain't shit. No matter all the slander we've been doing for years, because this shit. What about the gap with the monkey and shit like that? Like they this is continuously their strategy.
So what we saying is when those two images are put next to each other, why is black people's reaction? Well, either A, that's a typical.
So yeah, but
either
why
A,
black
that's
people
a
defending
ti-
themselves? I asked.
Either A, that's a typical, or B, what's wrong with it? Black people always trying to find something wrong with an ad. Like, why can't we say we want to see a black family represented on TV? Why do black people give us kickback for saying that?
Oh, because everybody ain't the same. Everybody don't think the same. That's white people. They probably think, why are y'all standing with them niggas? Everybody don't think the same of every race, of every nation, of every ethnic and creed. Everybody don't think the same.
So we shouldn't want to be.
I didn't say that, but I'm saying that's the reason. People don't think the same. People
So you don't think
the same.
when these same black people that make these comments when they see a white complete family on an ad, do you think they feel like that's an accurate
Well, here's the thing.
No,
representation?
I don't think none of that shit when I see any of that.
Well,
shit.
here's the thing.
Yeah, you don't. But these were comments made by.
Yeah, I'm.
So that's where this is coming from.
I'm commenting on comments that I read.
Yeah.
And then the interactions, the engagements that I had within that whole ad and whatever. The thing that I found interesting was they go out of their way to preach diversity and things of that nature, right?
That's for
the
us.
black people.
That's
or
to sound good,
the
bro.
executive?
No. I get it. I get it.
yeah.
But this ad was supposed to show the diverse nature
Yeah.
Of the
behind what they're working on and just the diverse nature of the ad and people and things of that nature. And they did everything. Like, they included diversity for the most part. They had the white family. They had the they had the white family.
It was
they
diverse.
had
Interracial.
they had the gay
Yeah.
interracial
Yeah.
family. Then they had the black.
They found a
family.
black dad for that.
Hold on,
They found a black dad for the gay ad.
hurry up, 'cause
Yeah,
I'm
no,
thinking
go.
Fuck. Oh, okay. So, double-edged sword.
Yes,
Yes, I can give you diversity, but I'm gonna still show you I'm a racist.
Okay.
that's a fact. That's a whole fact.
Come on.
That's a whole.
What
fact.
are
But we
we
talking about more so among us.
Oh no, I was
why-
just referring to that
No,
comment. I was just
yeah,
referring to that
yeah.
comment. That was it.
Yeah, so then it goes into when they so keep that same energy,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And our people be like, well, that's just a typical black family, so instead of being like, yo, just call it out. At least if you call it out, then it's gonna get to somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
you see, they called out the monkey.
The monkey,
for,
yeah.
H&M, and I bet you they won't do that again. You see what I'm saying?
I bet you they find a more creative way to do it.
You know, I'm just saying.
I bet you.
But that's the thing.
Oh,
they would have
yeah.
to think more of their ads.
Yes.
I'm not saying that we gonna eliminate it completely, but it's just causing them to think further than just that typical. Oh, this is a black family. You got a mom.
And also having a reaction to that, they don't
right,
necessarily agree with the fact that it's only one parent in a black household. So when you give it kickback, you say, hey, are you not? Because for me, it's like, oh, so you're not representative of my family structure, because my family structure is not just a mom and kids.
Let me.
You know what I'm saying? So
I'm creating crackhead.
So
Exactly,
if you really want to talk about
what?
if you really want to talk about diversity, you would have had black family, white family, interracial family, single black mom, single dad, single. You know what I'm saying? If you really want to talk about diversity, like, let's stop with the
Right.
oversaturation of diversity.
Because I think.
How about y'all just get some real families and take pictures of them?
Well, that's a fact, but also it goes into Dang, I forgot my thought. I forgot my thought. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, I was just gonna say, no matter how good you sugarcoat racism, it's still racism.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say.
So you could think about a creative way to be racist.
So
It's
for them, yeah.
still racist.
So for them, they're reflecting, like, when they go home to their suburban, households, and they see this stuff, and then what they see on the TV.
Oh, that's it.
So for us, if let's say we're on the corporate level, we can only reflect what we see in the city. You see what I'm saying? So I guess it's power in there, but I just have a problem with us being scared to be seen in a positive light. Like, why is it okay?
You know what I think it is?
really? Because we got Oprah.
Not necessarily scared.
No. I'm not talking about that. It's just like when we bring up these, like, we notice these things in these type of ads, even though we're not gonna change it. Why can't we say, like, yo, it should be a black dad in there, without another black person doing what they do, what they would do if it was them, by saying, well, we here.
At least we're in there.
We
and
here,
I think
so
that's more
fine.
so of the conversation. At least we're on the ad. At least there's some representation.
And that's
But my thing is, representation does not always equal positivity. We've been represented in a negative light. So representation don't always mean that the representation is good. It just means it's there.
Oh yeah. And they would rather represent us in a single family household. You know what I'm saying? Like in that stereotypical scenario, as opposed to representing us just like they represent their own.
And then have the family with the black family as a white lady with modern day blackface on.
We need to start the Black Caucus then, so we could get those other dumb motherfuckers out of here. Like, no, majority rules, nigga. We want this changed. So, I don't know how niggas could change that, because everybody gonna have their own opinion about something else.
I just wonder why people have that.
It's not even changed, though.
Yeah,
honestly.
it's not even necessarily a change, but is it
It's
because that's their norm?
It has to be.
You know what I'm saying?
No, it's
but
their norm.
if that is your norm, right? So let's say you're raised in a single parent household.
Yeah.
That's not something you want to recreate for the next generation.
No.
So your goal is to have a whole household, which means that should be what you
would want
to see.
But it's kind of like, if I grew up in it and I seen it, I'm not gonna be irate about it. I'm not gonna say, I wish that was different, because I kind of am fine. I am the way I am because I had either my mom or just my dad. So you might think, well, he'll turn out all right.
Mm-hmm.
He'll be fine. Yes, he would prefer, but at the end of the day, your life still is going.
Mm-hmm.
So I just see both sides. That's it.
I mean, you got to see both sides.
Yeah.
But anyways, that's all I want to say about that. Are people scared to be in a positive manner? They in a positive
or
light.
are
They want to
people-
see. They want to just be
In a comfort
content.
zone.
I think there's
To
two
me.
questions here. Are people are black people afraid to be presented in a positive light, or are black people just satisfied with what we can get?
Yes, contentment.
Contentment. I just said that. Yeah,
Yes.
they just content.
That's it.
They content with it.
Because I think
it's
when you say
easy.
scared, people will absorb that differently than to say, "Are you content?"
I mean, they are scared. Scared. To be scared is it leads to contentment.
You think
I'm
these people
scared-
are scared to see?
I'm scared to go on. I'm scared to see what's on the other side of that door. So I'll just be content
Wait,
in where
what-
I'm
I
at
didn't.
now.
What is
any
the-
of those comments as-
What is a feeling that you get right before you about to jump into a pool knowing it's cold? What is that feeling? Because I don't think that's scary.
It's like butterflies.
butterflies.
like butterflies.
I think it's more or less like that when they try to step out the norm.
But that's still
I
a.
don't-
Ooh, the
But
black-
that's
The
still
black,
that's
black
still,
the black people that stick up for the bullshit.
that's still a that's a kind of a characteristic or attribute of
Don't say
being
fear.
scared.
Oh,
Yeah,
then
fear.
it's fear. Then
But fear, because
Yeah.
like before basketball games, I always was scared to go in until I got in, and then I'm good.
Then you good.
Like those butterflies. That's a
So when black people are assholes, pretty much like saying, no, that picture is fine, for them to go outside the norm and say, no, I do wish that was a black family there. Just even
I
that
also-
thought will give them the butterflies. Like, what does this make me?
But also representations represent everybody, and if that's their norm,
That's their norm.
that is they are being represented.
yeah. So I don't know. I just feel like we
It's
always
layered as everything is.
yeah we
Yeah.
always
Oh, yeah.
defending
This ain't black and white.
it's
It's Takashi's hair.
Oh, speaking of Takashi,
Takashi.
I'm mad we wasn't even talking about him.
speaking of Takashi,
Nah, we
'cause
gonna have
I
to
meant
take
that-
some
that,
time.
that was the off topic that I
Oh.
thought of. I just didn't write nothing down this week. But anyways, yeah, Takashi. That's
Listen,
another thing that black people,
You talk.
people of color,
You will cast a stone in a minute. You talk about what type of life you want.
people of color. Like let's use Takashi
Please.
since we didn't use Bobby Shmurda. Let's use Takashi as a example of how you get used, and these white executives get profit off of you, and then you lose your life.
Portraying what
What they
want
you to do.
you to be as a minority.
Again, hold on, wait. Goes back to being
Being
scared
scared.
to be positive, be
Yeah,
viewed in
yeah.
a positive light. If I am positive, it shuts down these doors, possibly.
hmm
If I am like
Especially in the rap game, absolutely.
building the brand and stuff, one of my main things was donors. I will not allow people to donate money or be a funder or whatever to any of my programs if they do not believe in what I believe. I don't care about how much
Mhm.
money you got.
Mhm.
If you don't believe in what I believe in, I will not take your money. Take your money. I don't want it. See what I'm saying? And a lot of people will say, well, that's not smart, or a lot of the money is with white people, so you got to pay both sides, or think, nah, I don't need none of that money. I don't want that money, because what they're going to do, which I see it on a daily basis because I work for nonprofits. Both my jobs are nonprofit organizations. And I see what I want to do in one of my jobs, and then the other job, I see what I don't want to happen, because what happens is once you get that funding, now they try to control your programming.
Oh,
They,
yeah.
they control what
Yes.
you can do, what you can't do.
Mhm.
And then now you walking on eggshells because they can pop up at any time. And if they see that you're violating the contract of the funding, then they can pull
They
your
can turn
funding.
it, yeah.
So then
Yeah.
now our kids are got the short end of the stick because they pulling funding because we're not doing what they said that we have to do in order to get their funding. Type
Or they
thing.
take your money off the basis of what your message is, and then take that money and use it in a counterproductive way.
Right. Exactly.
I've seen that happen as well. So yes, donate me this money for this, who knows, children's home, right? Then the profit that I make off of that, I don't know, I invested in a politician who is, pro, marijuana, like strickling marijuana laws. But you got kids over here, you just don't donate money here, and they got, they have
Perfect
records
Perfect
for
example.
a gram of weed, but then you're gonna give money to somebody that will put them in prison for 30 years. So.
Right.
Perfect example. These corps don't have no respect, because look at Nike, got Kaepernick, but still donated massive amounts of money to the Trump Foundation. How you gonna play both sides? I mean, yeah, to the Trump Foundation and the NFL. How you gonna play both sides like that?
It's business.
It's
And business
business.
is ruthless.
That's the
And
fucking
in business, there is no feeling.
But the Takashi 6ix9ine situation, like that, really fucked me up because, to me, his influence was impeccable. Like that dumb shit was entertaining. That gangster shit, like I seen the image. Like I didn't picture him as actually that. Okay. When you go to jail now and all that money that you made them, and they only look at you like, well, where's your bank account?
Because I'm sure that's a part of the contract. You get charged with something, you go to jail, the contract is ended. And whatever I made, and that's that.
That's
Whatever
it.
you kept, you kept.
And all your music stays with me. So that being said,
And
the price is gonna go up because you're now in jail.
We
so
can
it's
still
just-
spend your music, but we get all that money.
So that fucks me up because it's like if Takashi, if somebody was smart, Takashi could have skipped all that record execs and did this shit literally on his own because we saw Takashi
doing the same thing.
Doing the same shit. Obviously, he was gonna have to cut a distribution deal, but he still would have had part of his. No, he would
Maybe not. The internet can do crazy things for you.
True.
He needed them to start,
I just
he
wish
was
he would have did it by himself.
Yeah, he was in the contract already. I would assume, like in the record deal. So
He changed who he was entirely.
Yeah, so
he did look different when I first saw him.
He was a Catholic school student. You think he had 6ix9ine on his face in Catholic school?
No. Even his first couple videos, he didn't have all.
Yo,
tattoos.
imagine that first round table,
Meeting,
executive
meeting.
board meeting, that oval table meeting. You're gonna first put a 6ix9ine on the middle of your forehead, and then you're gonna rainbowize your hair.
You know what though? They probably didn't tell him all these things, but they encouraged the behavior.
The bullshit.
So they didn't necessarily tell him what to do, but then when he said something like, "Yeah, that'll be a good idea," yeah, that'll be, there was nobody there to be like, how people say when people have yes men around you. There was nobody there to be like, "That's a dumbass idea." There was nobody there to say, "What's gonna happen when real Bloods and Crips start coming after you?" There was nobody there to say
that doesn't
these
affect
things.
the profit margin.
Exactly.
Nope.
They hired these security. They paid them double, triple, or whatever to walk around with this little boy and let him do crazy shit.
The funniest part about that is he still went to jail for doing dumb shit.
And he don't got no money. And
nah, he got 1.7 mil in the bank, but that shit about to get froze.
Yeah,
they about to freeze all that.
He ain't
shit.
got no money. Like I said, he ain't invested nothing. He ain't put no money up. He ain't give no money to his mama. He ain't buy his mama a house.
He did buy his
mama
house.
And J. Cole told him he better buy his mama a house.
He did buy his mama house. He got his mama.
Did he buy his mama house or
Yeah.
he lease his mama house?
He bought his mama house.
Oh, okay. Because he just did an interview on the Breakfast Club and said he ain't talking to her. So I hope he ain't taking the house back.
Well, that's crazy. So I just feel like I
talking about my mom,
yeah,
cool.
he was like, "Who gonna touch me? Who gonna touch me?"
that's
And the FBI was like, "Bitch, me."
That's the crazy part.
You can't be touched. All right.
That's the crazy part. No, so
sad situation.
And then you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy is his mom was the first person he called. I guarantee you. I guarantee.
And I want to send him right to voicemail.
But the moral of that story that I wanted to touch on is, y'all, because you know what's funny actually. So I was editing a video last week, and they had a artist on the show, local artist, and promoting. They had like some local music, one of his old songs, blah blah blah. And I was like, dang, I should have put his video in their visuals because this, that, and the third. And then I went and I looked at the video of the song that I put into their show, or that they had on their show, and it was portraying, him giving a 12-year-old, 13-year-old.
I don't want to hear no more. I don't want to hear no more.
No, listen.
Oh.
Listen. Giving a 12 or 13-year-old that skipped school, like drugs, and then having him on the block.
Oh, thank God.
And so he was like the I don't know who's it?
Boss man?
The boss, I guess, or whatever.
Honcho?
The head honcho.
And the kid's the runner.
And then the kid was the runner.
Yeah.
And like the kid was like, yo, I ain't want to go to school because I ain't like that, blah, blah, blah. Like putting on this certain, scenario, the typical.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, well, I want to put that in my visuals because it's representing something that I don't represent.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, well, I'm kind of glad that I didn't put that in their show because it's a family oriented community show or whatever the case.
Yeah.
So So basically what I'm saying is that is something that sells. We see that Takashi, he made it big off of promoting gang violence and this, that, and the third.
Stereotypes and sex sells.
It's stereotypes, just like body murder.
Violence sells. That's why the video game industry is booming. Violence, period, and violence in the black community definitely sells.
That's a video game industry a little different because it's more.
But the violent video games make the most money. Violence sells. I love
what's the stereotype?
What the hell? What's that show? Grand Theft Auto. I love that game. Why? Because I can do crazy violent shit I can't do outside.
Right. That's not one of the highest selling.
Violence
I get it,
don't
though.
sell in black music.
But that goes into stereotypes. Though.
But that goes into stereotypes because there's gamers out there that's not. I mean, the game
and white people shoot more than niggas.
That's a fact. That's the whole fact.
But that's not about the perception. That's not the perception.
But
basically selling the perception.
Well, and especially in those games though.
Y'all about to say in those games, if I seen an M4, that's
you talking about in the games? I was talking about music.
Well, yeah.
In hip hop, yes, it sells. Yeah. But and the crazy part is it didn't even come from that. Like I could see if it came from that, but it transformed into that, and then it went away from that in the early 2000s, and then now it's kind of going back into that. Like
no, now it's just ignorant everything.
It's ignorant, like
everything.
Drugs,
right?
Right
drugs,
now, it's
sex, pussy.
I feel like the bigger push now is drugs than violence.
Absolutely,
no, it's fun. It's fun.
Yeah, fun,
waste time.
But with drugs. With the eight, all of them is pop to Molly, pop to this, pop to that. She pop to this, we pop this and have
playing
fun.
with guns. Like not even people just say I ride around with it. I got it in my pants.
Playing with
guns.
The Draco.
Just
after
not even talking about
the hammer.
Yo pill, you load your gun. That's what.
Well, okay, so I know. So it's actually a combination.
Yeah,
it depends on what side of the gangster you on. So you have what's the dude name something World.
Don't say Juice
WRLD.
Juice WRLD.
I like it.
He talking about his song.
He be getting high.
His song was talking about popping the pill because his girl left him or something like that. Mm-hmm. So you have that one, and then you have like the Takashis and the Soulja Boys and things of that nature.
Soulja
Boy, wow.
Soulja Boy.
Wow.
Talking about
this guy.
Dracos and whatnot.
You in 2009? Oh, okay.
No.
Okay.
That's
I thought you was talking about listening to Drake.
No, that's what he transformed into.
Yeah,
and that's
Draco,
why,
young Draco.
Then you got YG who talk about being a gangster but not being one anymore and getting out of gang life.
So it's a combination, but all that sells. Like it's almost like we have to. So getting into the industry, you have to trick the industry. So a lot of these woke rappers that want to produce woke, EPs and stuff, right now when they not founded or anything, that's stupid because no major, industry or no major record label is gonna sign you because that's not marketable right now. You got to go ignorant. You got to dumb your music almost like J. Cole.
No, I would say you would have to have a large fan base, then they can fuck with you.
Or
if you don't,
J.
Cole had that though.
No. Hold on, wait. It's a difference.
Company.
It's a difference.
What you mean?
If you want to go independent, you need to have that large fan base because they're going to drive
about signing,
everything.
right? And we're talking about
wait, I know. So if you don't have that fan base, then you're dependent on a record label to see your music, like it, and sign you. Then you don't got to worry about none of that extra stuff because they're going to push everything else. Yeah. So if you already have that fan base, then you going independent like Chance. But if you don't have that,
Chance signed
before he signed.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. If you want to make it into a record industry, a record label, you have to develop your own fan base, which is harder to do. It's easier to be ignorant and get a bunch of fans like that.
Without compromising your integrity.
Exactly. You got to
come to say, yo, you might not like my message, but look at my following.
Fuck with me.
Yeah. I agree.
I think it's a I'm not disagreeing with you, but I think it's like it works both ways.
Yeah.
So like some people like the Takashis or whatever, they're doing that or
did he have a big following? He probably
I don't know because I don't listen to his music to this day.
Because he came up with Trippie Redd, and Trippie Redd got a huge following.
So he was
Boy, I don't listen to fake gangsters.
The point is to not even to get it all that because we're not telling people how to get on because none of us is in the industry. It's more so like people. So connecting Takashi to the video, that is what sells. Like that that whole.
That's that fast money. You don't gotta work that hard for money. You don't gotta really rap money. That's that. You don't gotta put in the hours money. That's that.
Exactly, and that narrative. And I don't even know how. Like I don't know when that narrative gets boring to sell. Like when all your music is around the same.
When the kids grow up, that really was listening to.
Oh wait, I was about to say because that just recycles
like, look at
itself.
Soulja Boy. Once we stopped,
just like
Soulja Boy, we wasn't messing with him no more.
Well, J. Cole said
Crank
the
that.
best.
Them used to be they used to come out at the party in 08.
What?
Soldier
We used to
Boy
do the
up
whole-
in his hey.
What? No, we used to take off our skates at Horizon and go do that
used to go
shit. That's back in the
down.
day, though.
I used to do it with my skates on.
No, I
ain't
couldn't do
doing
all that. I couldn't do that. Yeah, I bust.
I could do it with my rollerblading.
I did all that.
Damn, we old. Who have we? When the last time
I
you seen
ain't
somebody
old.
rollerblade?
I don't know, but it's a new spot,
did
and
this
I
summer.
want to go.
I did this.
Is it
summer.
on? I think it's on Lyle.
At Horizon
though.
Fun Effects?
Hell yeah, I want to do that shit.
It's a new.
Well, that's
it's a new spot that's better than Horizon.
That'd be a fire event.
Oh yeah.
We rent out Horizon Fun Effects and
No, not the Horizon. Let's do the other one. I think the other one's Black.
well,
owned.
whatever it is. Oh yeah, the one over on Lincoln. It's a roller rink on Lincoln.
And it's
Word?
and it's Black owned.
But
I'm with that
anyways,
shit.
yeah. So Takashi, he dumb.
He's not dumb.
He ain't dumb, but
He's
he dumb.
not dumb.
He's
No,
still
he's
dumb.
not.
He is dumb.
No, he's not.
He is dumb.
Listen, he did what he had to do to make what he had to make.
No.
Okay.
See, but this is where we're dumb. Like as a collective, black people are dumb and
Yeah.
white people are not dumb.
Yeah.
They get into the system and then they manipulate the system. We get into the system and let the
And
system
get
manipulate
manipulated.
us.
Make
he's
that
in
money,
the
girl.
system-
Don't let that money make
Think-
you.
think-
Come on, don't act like
think-
you ain't watch
Wait,
Players Club.
we're talking
Think
about
about-
Takashi 6ix9ine.
I understand.
specifically.
Yes,
But he
he's
really
stupid.
started believing
he's
he was a
stupid.
gangbanger instead of just
No,
doing
he
it on
didn't.
TV
No, he
and
did
going
not.
home.
No, he
and now
did
his
not.
ass going to jail.
No, he did not.
Oh, okay.
He knew.
Well,
he
going to
knew.
prison.
He knew. That's what makes him smart.
To go to
His
prison?
no. Do you know he didn't do anything? He's in there for racketeering charges.
Mhm.
Meaning, just because
That's
he's in the
dumb.
gang Treyway,
Mhm.
he didn't have to do anything.
He
That's
said
just
Treyway,
associate.
he made it up.
Well, no, the gang is Treyway Bloods. He just started saying Treyway, like literally.
Okay, because he said on the Breakfast Club, I just made that up. Treyway. He said just like when 50 say get the strap. Maybe he knew he was gonna go to
phrase. No, he didn't. I'm just saying.
I'm
he's
telling
smart.
you, he said he made up Treyway
Smart
and it
and-
don't mean nothing. That's what
No,
he
he
said.
cut him
Smart.
off because he thought that they were stealing from him.
Smart in what way?
Oh, with the whole marketing aspect to make Takashi Takashi.
I understand. Okay, I get that part.
But we talking about
Great.
the fact that the idiot is in jail.
And-
The only
game.
stupid thing he did was
25 to life.
associate himself with Treyway.
Stupid.
How?
Because he
He
really
just-
thought he was a gang.
Do you know? Wait. Think about it. You know how many artists is in gangs?
Mhm.
Understand that, but how many artists is getting locked up for 25 to life?
How many of them actually did the crime and juxtaposed to being associated with some niggas that did the
I
crime?
understand that part, but
So
how
he
many of
had-
them are still the ones that's
Look.
in gangs or used to be in gangs? How many of them are still got their freedom and getting their money?
And
YG?
associating themselves.
They're
Is
smart.
he in jail?
YG,
Are
Snoop
any
Dogg.
of them
Hold
going
on,
to jail
hold
for
on, wait a second.
racketeering?
They're smart because they understood on the business side.
Yeah.
I have to separate myself from the gangs. Snoop.
You don't know YG.
No.
Oh, I was about to
but
say.
YG
here's the
did this
thing.
recently with
Regardless
us,
of,
yeah.
I'm not talking about if I knew him. I'm just talking about they haven't to this point put themselves in the position to where they are facing charges that will lock them up from 25
And
to life.
neither did Takashi.
Well, he in
he
jail
didn't
right
know
now.
what the fuck was happening.
No.
There's
no,
not
no.
one charge on there that deliberately says Takashi did this.
Don't have to be.
Okay, so YG could get arrested right now just for some shit that his homeboys did, but you would look at him for being stupid.
If he's
but he
still-
was smart a second ago.
If he's no. If he's still promoting what his homeboys is doing,
he
or
is. Did you just
bringing-
hear Swoop?
Listen.
Yeah, but
listen
it's
to-
a difference.
listen to
It's
what
a
I'm saying,
difference
though.
between bringing your experience of life into your music and also saying, "Yo, I was a gang member. I did it for X, Y, and Z reasons, but now I'm at a level in life where I need to separate myself from that. Still talk about gang life. Still even talk to gang members about getting out of gang life. But YG is not saying like right now on this Thursday I'm about to go to the hood and do a shootout. Now Takashi on the other hand, he was like actively trying to be an active member of the gang.
He was on
while also at 5
Y'all
o'clock in the
missing
morning
what
when
he's
nobody
doing.
else was there.
Y'all missing
creating
what he's
content.
doing.
We're not
I
missing what he's doing. We know
it's,
what
it's
he's
all
doing.
satire.
But
he
he's
he wasn't
being
really
too,
being
Yo,
a
but
okay,
he's too close to the crimes, is what we saying. You too close to the motherfucking crimes. Whether you a real
Being-
gang member, a former
So
gang, whatever,
yeah.
you too close to the crimes
So
with your
listen.
bread that you make.
Yeah.
What?
It's more so. It's just like how Jay said. I don't. Why would I go back into my neighborhood or in New York? Go back to where I know that they doing X, Y, and Z when I'm at this level. I want to be somewhere else to where I'm putting myself in position to be greater or whatever.
Yes,
like
and-
that's
and
paraphrasing,
Jay-Z.
but I understand that. But he got to a point where he was like, okay, I have to transition myself.
Separate,
I have
yeah.
to evolve. I have
Yes.
to grow. Now,
do you know
Takashi's
he
still
was?
young.
Do you know he was about 25,
no.
26 at
I
that
get
point?
that. Can I get to my point?
You
I'm just
love
saying.
Takashi. I
I'm
see.
just
No,
saying.
no.
I'm just saying. Because 50, since he was like, he took Takashi under his wing, he should have learned. He should have took that and learned from 50. 50 still is 50. 50 been doing what 50 been doing for a long time, but 50 understands that he has to separate his trolling and all his other stuff.
Serious?
And things from.
Yeah.
50 Cent got stabbed and shot 9 times, bro.
I understand that.
That's not stupid to you.
You missing the point.
It was still gang activity, right?
I understand that part, but he
But
profited.
he's still
off
not
of
doing that right now today, saying I'm about to go back
Like-
to the block where them niggas that shot me 9
No.
times. Nigga, come out here right now. I'm
No.
outside. Get
And
the
that's
strap.
the difference.
It's 5 o'clock
50
in the
was a
morning.
real
Like,
gangster.
what?
Takashi is pretending to be a
Exactly.
gangster.
And then
Right.
Right. So that's
and
what
he
makes
the
him
only one that's going to jail, and he
No,
the
he's not.
fake
No, he's
one,
not. No,
and
he's
the
not.
real ones is out making their coin.
There's 4 other people with him.
No, I
I'm
understand
talking about
that
we
part.
talking about rappers
But-
who talk about gang life. They free
It's
and he not. And he
worse.
was lying.
I'm
They're all really lying.
I get
but-
it. Well, right. But the reason why I say he's stupid is because there should be a point when you're not a gangster to say this is getting too real. Like I can understand if especially if I'm making all this money like Takashi, he's touring and things of that nature, so you can still keep that same satire. But when you putting yourself in the middle of all this stuff and you not a real gangster,
All right.
When you not a real gangster, but you claiming to be in a gang, and then you go to their rival's hood at 5 a.m., even though there was. What if somebody was out? What if somebody just happened to be out? That was a crib.
well,
in
I don't
this
know if
area?
he was really there.
You know what I'm saying? Like
He
what?
was really there.
He
And-
was
and
because they got him on the
they
camera. But why
wouldn't-
would you do that?
They wouldn't have noticed him. Who's that nigga just hopped out the car? Oh, he got back in. It's cool.
It was quick.
It was that quick.
I was
But
about to say,
I was-
No,
saw
yeah, it
read
was
something
quick.
about
He
it.
was real
walked
quick.
out. He got out. The security got out. He stood there, made a video, and he got right back in the car. But what I'm saying is, what if there was a real gangster there and you just happened to pop up and now you shot up because you're trying to be a fake play gangster on it? Like, come on,
Well, getting shot, and possibly dying
it's not that deep.
is a better like
outcome than
like
life.
like either no. I'm just saying
Oh.
like that he can because
It would have boosted his brand.
The I don't know the narrative would have been like he was out doing this and now he lived by the
The
gun, died
narrative
by
would
the
have been
gun
nice,
type thing.
but real life he would have been like, oh shit.
Well,
I'm in a
yeah.
real.
The point is
That's
he's
what he's
out.
thinking now.
the point
Exactly.
is
Thinking now.
he kept on putting himself in a position to lose his
Absolutely.
money
Absolutely.
as
And his
opposed to
freedom.
maximize his money.
You can get your money back.
Well, I'm just talking about. I'm not talking about freedom. I'm talking about money. He because if you lose your freedom, then you lose your money. You lose everything because you're now property of the state or the nation. So he just continuously putting himself in a position to where he would possibly lose his money, and
To be
that's
a
why I
target.
said he's just stupid. That's
he
all.
He made himself
Like
a
he
target for the
did
government and for gangs.
he did what
made
he was
himself a
supposed to do to maximize, his tour worth, his touring worth, his music worth, and all that stuff. But at some point, he had to dial it down. I'm not saying get rid of the whole satire and change all his content, but just he had to figure out, like, okay, this is getting too real.
No, that's not him. He got to that level by OD.
So then he's stupid.
No, never mind. I'm done.
That's
you
it.
good? That's your opinion. That's
You gotta
That's
put your
it.
pride to the side, bro.
Yeah. It's
Put that
cool.
pride.
Put your
It's
pride to the
cool.
side.
It's cool.
I
Yo.
mean, it ain't nothing I could do that well if I'm in federal prison and they denied me bail. You got me.
Denied bail, and he put up all his money. I don't know if it's real, but he put up all his money in his bank
He
account.
It's,
did.
yeah,
He
1.7 million.
and they said no.
Like, come on.
Ain't nothing smart
It's-
about that.
And his passport.
And Thanksgiving just passed. You think I'm about to be in jail on Thanksgiving?
You struggling with the smart and
Yeah.
stupid thing.
Because he's not stupid for it. And that shit could happen to any. Never mind. Yeah.
Anybody that put themselves in that position,
Sure.
right?
Y'all, I
Oh,
think
okay.
I think but
Sure.
people also
Sure.
have to
We'll
understand
go
that
with
when
that.
these rappers
We'll
and
go
stuff
with
come out, it's cool for the executives, it's cool for us to watch, but the DEA and FBI really look into the lyrics that these people be saying. We've seen it time and time again.
Bobby Smurda.
People getting caught, right? People getting caught for things that they're putting in their music. So yes, it might be fun and lucrative and a smart business move and all that, but the
No,
FBI
it's
and the
not.
DEA really do
It's not.
look
They
into
use the
these
music
people.
to prove a case. Not. You can't get indicted on your lyrics. Like
That's
they
not what
can't
I'm.
get
I'm not saying get indicted on your lyrics.
So
So
it's
Bobby
not-
Shmurda, he put it in the music, and then
Yes.
they started investigating him off the music. and now he's in
No.
prison for how
That's
long?
not true. That's not true. They've been investigating GS9 since 2011. Like
And his music,
it dropped in 2014.
and then his music alluded to
got
a
it.
murder that they did that he was already
yes.
involved.
So that's exactly.
So
what I just
why
said.
would you
He got
put
it.
yourself
He got
on
a
a
gun charge,
DEA's
in
murder?
New York? He got a gun charge in New York.
What else?
So he
do
was
rappers
going
got
away
to talk
anyway.
Not for that long though.
But I know, but
Oh.
he was still going away for the
Yeah,
gun
yeah,
charge.
yeah.
All
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
saying
yeah.
And he
is,
had guns and
don't
stuff
think
in there.
that it's just a 14-year-old or 15-year-old kids listening to your music, because DEAs and all that also do look into these things and look
Oh,
into
yeah.
the people that you're around and
But
the people
I
that you
wouldn't- I
claim
wouldn't
you are
nec-
set with, Treyway and all that. They're
I
gonna look
wouldn't-
into that.
Yes,
Because they don't want a gang member making no money.
I just
So
feel
if you really a gang member, we need to figure that out.
what you about to say?
I forgot.
I
was
feel,
on to the next point.
I just feel like to wrap on this because you got to go. I just feel like there should be a strategic manner. Like if you really in it for not money, for your music and your love for making music and that art and as a creative, there should be a method to how you produce your content and everything.
No,
because
that's Uncle Luke. The FBI tried to take the nigga to court. He beat them niggas. Why you think?
But why go through all that? That's what I don't understand.
No.
Why
I'm just saying. I'm saying
because you're trying to make
I'm
money.
saying for longevity.
I ain't going to
like
Uncle Luke's still out here popping.
I mean, yeah, but
at some point
he wasn't compromising. But
no, it doesn't.
No. Luke wasn't compromising.
I didn't mean your music. I meant your image.
Luke wasn't compromising. Like I mean, putting himself in a light to where
what?
Like Takashi was doing.
Like what?
He wasn't doing, or like Bobby Shmurda was doing, or like what?
Even a dude who did what's his name when he made that song?
It's a whole bunch of people.
When he went on the run. Take care.
Yeah, like a whole bunch of people. Like it's certain.
Do you know what Uncle Luke was doing down there? Do you?
No.
So you cannot say that. Uncle Luke was fouling bitches down there, degrading bitches down there. Like,
go ahead.
Imagine being on stage, right? Not expecting none of this shit, and then seeing a bunch of oral sex getting performed, bitches getting fucked, anal sex. Like that may not be shooting up niggas and talking at a show. This shit was wild. Uncle Luke was
he went to jail
wild.
For it?
No, he ain't go to jail for it, but they wanted to stop that shit.
Mm-hmm.
They wanted to clap him and get him the fuck out of here. I don't
but
see
he
no
was
difference.
Consensually having sex with women?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
All in the motherfucking state.
He was having a line of porno.
Like he would have niggas whip out their dicks and bitches from the stage would just come up and start sucking.
Oh, he wanted HIV.
But
nah, he always.
I think that's a different extreme. Like that's just they didn't agree with that.
That was super. That was sexual.
They didn't agree with that, so they wanted to get that out of there.
I think.
Yo, I'm over this conversation, bro. Yo,
we talking about violence.
Yo,
we're talking about specific.
You gotta go. You know what time it is? It's 4:30. It's past the time you allotted. Yo.
Okay. You can't. Didn't we talk about putting your pride to the side? Okay. So it was okay to say you need to put your pride to the side at this moment. Just realize that he's an idiot.
Sure, we'll rock out. Let's rock out with it. It's cool.
Really, his business end.
I'm done messing with Shannon.
Let's rock out with it.
Cause every time
he can't handle
I like playing both sides. All right, so okay, that's it. That's all about it. Like we'll talk about the prank next show, but I just feel like it's a method to people madness. At the end of the day,
should be.
Especially like to rap on it. If J. Cole, I want to make this point. If J. Cole, shut up.
Because you know this is my broke bitch of the week, so I got to go regurgitate this shit.
Oh, yeah.
Takashi, your broke bitch of the week?
The people that's following it. But go ahead.
I'm just talking about for people that want to get into the industry. Not even, I'm off Takashi. You have to, because I've had a lot of people not come to me, but, mention, they got a tape and it's real woke, so I need that, and it's that third. But woke not selling. It's not selling at all. Like imagine J. Cole coming out with what he come out with now, his first album. Mm-hmm. Like his first single was Who That. That wasn't even talking about nothing. Like his whole first album wasn't even remotely
music, but it wasn't.
You know what I'm saying? But it fit to get in. Like this is my skill.
You talking about mixed? Like you forget his mixtapes?
No, I ain't talking about his mixtapes.
Oh, you talking about
that's
albums.
His content. I'm talking about his first album. Like imagine if he tried to create what he created, what he's creating now.
Imagine
his first
KOD
album.
in his first album.
Like that, it wouldn't sell as good, or
no,
even
it would have been looked at as a flop.
2014 Forest Hill Drive. Like imagine, because he dropped that out of nowhere too. So imagine him doing things like that.
He had the fan base before
he had the fan base, and he had the narrative to help that sell. Though
I think that one could have sold.
I'm just saying
that's a classic.
The build up, it is a classic album, but the build up was he already had the narrative and he already had everything cemented. So for him to drop that album out of nowhere, and it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like it was just it's fire. But it's a method to what you I hear it all the time, like with just being around music and stuff. You have to distribute your content strategically. You can't just create something and release it. You got to know how the market is moving, what they what they're looking to listen to, and things of that nature.
Even SZA, her album that came out, her albums prior to that, her sound is still the same, but it's a bit different because she had to sell herself and still be, original to who she is, but she also had to sell it for the market. So if you listen to her older albums, it's a little different. She's still like pretty much herself, but she had to become a little more pop. She had to become a tiny bit more overtly sexual. She had, it's certain
Kendrick
things that she had to do in order to. So I mean, that's with everything.
I could tell you one person that stayed the same throughout it all.
Who?
Snoop, baby.
Yeah, Snoop had. Besides that gospel,
but he
album.
also.
No, wait, that's different. Snoop wants money.
Yeah.
Snoop want money.
He said he want to make an album in every genre. He said that out his
all
mouth.
bases.
I was a Crip before.
What about the reggae album?
That shit. You
did a
remember
reggae album.
the reincarnation? He had a whole movie to go with it.
Was that the Snoop Lion?
That's Snoop Lion.
That's Snoop Lion. Yeah, Snoop Lion. I forgot about Snoop Lion.
Yo, Snoop
he made a whole
never
documentary
changed,
about
boy.
that.
Oh, promise to God, Snoop. Even he was front like.
But he also doesn't promote gang violence, and he tries to do what he can do to go back and help the community and talk about. Yes, I was in the gang, but
I'm grandfathered.
I don't want other people to be. I don't want kids to. I don't want to glorify. He doesn't glorify gang life.
No, well,
you know what I'm saying?
He goes by the original Crips, community resistance in progress.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever he goes.
No, say that again.
He goes by okay, community resistance in progress.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. I like that.
That's what it stands for.
I know.
Actually, that's what Tookie and the other guy made it for. To stop the police, because obviously the police have been fucking with the kids forever. To stop them for fucking with them. And then blood is literally, you my blood. Yeah. You my blood. You my blood. And all y'all
they
just
try to criminalize everything.
Yeah, they got
just like
to.
the Black Panther. But even when the hood say you don't fuck with children and women, and we see now that these younger kids and younger games are now disrespecting the women of the community and children. That wouldn't fly. That didn't fly back in the day. It doesn't matter if you was a blood. And this was it was two Bloods and Crips about to fight each other. If you seen somebody disrespecting somebody's mama or a child, it's now we both, feeding the community was big. That's why a lot of those big old school head honchos, they put them in prison. They was feeding the community. They was clothing the community. They was making sure the community had access to health care. They was
pretty much the Black Panthers when they got disembarked.
Absolutely.
They just went to the hood.
Absolutely.
That's what Larry Hoover did with what are the Chicago the Disciples. The Disciples. So
the Disciples.
Yeah. Which is the toughest gang. I love that. The name just we just
Disciples.
discipline over here.
Yeah. We the disciples.
We the disciples. Shit.
What a head disciple. All right, though. Y'all already know. Bring that to the ears for next week's show.
Yes, sir.
This is Reflex the Brand's Introspective Insight Talk Show. I am King Dev Dope.
And this is Shanna Shenanigans.
And it is your favorite co-host, Noel Moore.
Brought it back.
I told y'all, give it to you.
She ain't the whole host today.
I'm not the whole host today because I'm coming down off drinking yesterday. But you know.
Wait till Christmas.
I'll be the whole host this weekend with my birthday.
I'm just call you two-time ho host.
Hey, ho ho. I'm gonna be the whole host at the game.
I was just about to say I love you.
We got on. Okay.
Okay, you ready? I love you.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening. Thank you for listening. Introspect. Tiv Insight. Hope you come back next week.
Come back next week.